Hollywood film executive Gavin Smith appeared to have a picture-perfect life in California with his family, but behind the scenes, his world was unraveling. In a tragic twist, his seemingly fairy tale life turned into a horror story when he went missing in 2012. Smith, a 57-year-old father of three, was living in the wealthy Los Angeles suburb of Calabasas and had worked for 20th Century Fox for 18 years. Despite the glamorous setting, he struggled with personal demons. Smith had developed an addiction to painkillers following a back injury, and his marriage was strained due to extramarital affairs he had confessed to his family. Yet, his wife, Lisa, insisted that he wasn't the type to disappear without explanation. Investigators initially considered various theories. Did his wife seek revenge? Did he run away with a mistress, take his own life, or simply want some time to himself? On the night of May 1st, 2012, Smith failed to pick up his son from school and didn't show up for work the next day, which set off alarm bells. His sister, Tara Smith Adeo, recalled that it was unusual for him to vanish. His wife Lisa had informed detectives about Smith's affairs, revealing that he had been staying with a co-worker after she caught him cheating twice. The co-worker told police that Smith left their home around 10 p.m. in his black Mercedes-Benz the night he disappeared. Investigators then discovered that Smith's phone records showed calls to his wife, children, sister, and a woman named Chandrika Cade on the evening of his disappearance. Cade was a former lover whom he had met in rehab in 2008, where he was being treated for his painkiller addiction. The affair had supposedly ended in 2010, but her name in the phone records raised suspicions. When questioned, Cade became emotional, but claimed not to know what had happened to Smith. While investigators were at her home, her husband, John Creech, a convicted drug dealer, arrived and quickly left upon seeing the police. Creech's criminal background and the fact that his wife had an affair with Smith made him a person of interest. Police tracked the movements of Smith, Cade, and Creech's phones on the night of Smith's disappearance, discovering they were all in the same location near the Creech residence. This led investigators to conclude that something terrible had happened to Smith. In June 2012, police searched the Creech home, seizing items like cell phones and computers. Later that year, Creech was named a person of interest, though he was already serving time in jail for drug charges. The investigation gained traction in February 2013 when Smith's Mercedes-Benz was discovered in a storage unit in Simi Valley. This was during a separate investigation into Creech for drug-related activities. The condition of the car, along with witness statements, suggested that Smith had been killed. By May 2014, Gavin Smith was officially declared dead, with his death certificate backdated to May 1st, 2012, the night he went missing. Investigators confirmed their belief that he had died on the same night he disappeared. Then, in October 2014, hikers found Smith's remains in a shallow grave in the Angeles National Forest, about 70 miles from where he was last seen. In January 2015, John Creech was charged with Smith's murder and later indicted by a grand jury. During Creech's 2017 trial, prosecutors painted a picture of stunning brutality, describing how Creech bludgeoned Smith to death after catching him with Cade. Cade's testimony revealed that she had met with Smith that night, and Creech had tracked her location, followed them, and attacked Smith. After Cade fled, Creech continued the assault, fatally beating Smith. The county coroner testified that Smith's skull had been crushed on both sides, confirming the violent nature of his death. Creech then hid Smith's Mercedes-Benz in a friend's garage before moving it to the storage unit. He traveled to the desert, where he buried Smith's body. Though Creech claimed self-defense, he was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter and sentenced to 11 years in prison. Cade was not charged, as she cooperated with authorities in exchange for her testimony. Smith's family, particularly his wife Lisa, struggled with the devastating loss. Though their worst fears were realized when Smith's remains were found, Lisa expressed relief that her husband had not abandoned his family. In her statement to the Los Angeles Times, she said, "My sons and I are devastated. He's the love of my life and the father of my children, and he is gone. It's a tragedy." This shocking case brought an end to the mystery of Gavin Smith's disappearance, revealing a tragic tale of infidelity, addiction, and violence that shattered a once seemingly charmed life. Do you believe that the manslaughter charge and 11-year sentence were appropriate for the crime committed by John Creech, given the brutality of Gavin Smith's murder, Or should the charge have been more severe with a longer sentence? Please leave your opinion in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more captivating true crime stories. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.